Hello rockers! By now you are aware that at the Gauntlet, most days are filled with loud AF metal music, blaring from the speaker holes in the studio. And if you've been a follower and fan of the Gauntlet and TGTV, that is the Gauntlet TV for those of you that are now paying attention, for any decent amount of time, you know that we can't do just a top 5 or top 10. Nigel Tufnell said this about the number 11, quote, "Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes, you know, will be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, you're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?" Unquote. When the dude says, quote, "I don't know," unquote, Nigel calmly says to him, quote, "Nowhere." Exactly. What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do. Unquote. Marty sheepishly says, quote, "Put it up to Elvin?" Unquote. We all know the next line that Nigel tells Marty about his statement about just making 10 louder, quote, "11. Exactly. One louder." Unquote. 11 is where we sit most all the time at the Gauntlet and TGTV, even with our inside voices or at a rock show. Hell, even thinking takes place at the 11th level for us. It just goes without saying as to why our top 11 lists are at this level, you know? Now that the proverbial mockumentary of all Rocky commentaries has been quoted and documented, let's get on with it, shall we? Welcome to Cherri Birds, that's me. Top 11 metalcore bands of 2019, and it is my debut on the Gauntlet TV and lovelies. I am totally excited about this. I hope the excitement and nervousness doesn't come through in my voice. I would hate for it to detract or distract you from the massive bands on this list. Seriously, I've been practicing controlling my excitement in my voice as I geared up to appear on TGTV. Now, since the Gauntlet is undeniably the source for all things metal, and has provided metal fans with consecutive coverage of the music industry's red-headed stepchild for over 25 years, no offense to those that have red hair, mind you. When given the chance to bring metalcore a presence on this platform is rad AF, and I can't wait to share with you these kick-ass bands. Keeping the high standards of the Gauntlet in my sight, I hope that you guys enjoy the bands and the music they've created. I will be totally honest here, I have a tendency to be a bit long-winded. And in an effort, and this is a very conscious effort, I might add, not let take something that should last for like 15 minutes, tops, and stretch it into 2 hours and 23 minutes, let's just get right to my top 11 metalcore records of 2019, shall we? With my best, well-rehearsed robot voice, number 11 is a band that hails from the same place that I do, Crown the Empire from Dallas, Texas, and after touring like madmen in 2019 released Sudden Sky, in July the 19th in fact. The standout track on this record that grabbed me like a middle schooler does his girl at a dance, was the track Blurry. If you haven't checked this band out, you should. They've got big punches to their drops, sweet vocals to sing along with, and scream with. You can also grind this whole record like it's the last record on earth. Number 10 slides in feigning metalcore for the purpose of this list because, well, it's my list and I want them there. If you are a fan of deeply engaging lyrics that are wrapped around some blistering riffs that are wrapped up as tight as a convenience store ham sandwich, look no further than Bad Flower and their release of OK I'm Sick. Wait, I'm feeling fine, thank you for being concerned, but the title of the album is OK I'm Sick. As a personal rule, music has to ignite some reaction other than what I'm feeling at the time the song is played in order for me to revisit their song or whole record. Whether that be the first or 918th time, if a track can spark another feeling, I'm down with it. Bring Me the Horizon holds the number 9 position and creates that feeling in an instant upon hearing Mantra off the record Amo. This song is a testament to how music has the ability to literally move you with every measure. Mantra was the repeater that created the curiosity to dive into the whole Amo record. It's chock full of pouncing lows, those panic-stricken dance club beats and the righteous riffs that jam up your brainwaves to only want to dance like a solid gold dancer and everyone is watching. Number 8 Spot is a band that after seeing them on tour a few times in 2019, became totally blown away by the knockout punch Kellen Quinn's voice delivers. The release is How It Feels to Be Lost. Come on y'all, and get this record pulled up on your phone or computer, turn it up. The follow-through of the guitars punch right to the gut. I love it when there is a contrast between two parts in band, and there is a lot to love about Sleeping with Sirens' 2019 release. The standout track for me is the lead release entitled Leave It All Behind. Probably the best thing is finding something more than music, listening to how it feels to be lost. The record from a band that doesn't really fit into the molds of any one particular genre but fits into any genre that the music fits into is a band from North Carolina called He Is Legend. I've been musically obsessed since their 2017 release of Few. They are my pick for the number 7 spot, not just because their record literally saved my ass in 2017, but ever since that record, the band, and their current release adds up to 3 sevens, it was meant to be. Now, don't listen to my rhetoric as the be-all, about He Is Legend. Go listen to Uncanny Valley, White Bat, Skin So Soft and Boogie Woman off this album. Quote White Bat. No, I take that back, just listen to the whole damn record. Then go listen to their prior releases like Few. The musicianship and the cohesiveness between these players is mystical, and I swear Skwheeler, pronounced Skylar, Kroom will charm you like a cobra as Matt's bass and Steven's drums shove you in a basket while Adam and Mackenzie on lead and rhythm guitars, respectively on guitars, sit on top, as all of this rock and roll hoochie coo is crammed in that basket with you. It is divine. #hand to God. I could literally write a book about this band's ability to stir up internal tornadoes which rock you like a typhoon in the tropics. Metal is metal with or without the core, the heavy, or the dark or death attached to it. The music from the number 6 band, Of Mice and Men, and their release of Erd Hand Sky. This is a recognition to how the roots evolved by Of Mice and Men have implanted themselves into the playlists of fans across the world. Crispy pops of the drums, and there are quick shifts of heavy riffs, and Aaron's vocals take a turn back around the bend with power choruses that collide with the intent of their meanings. Take a minute to listen to How to Survive and Pieces, but don't be surprised if you're picking up pieces of things within you that were broken a while back and just now fell out from listening to this record. The 5th on the list, that would be number 5, is from a band I've been loosely stalking, in a professional manner of course, since seeing them in mid-2017. Wage War entered the stage at Rocklahoma during the heat of the day and right before savage storms waged a weather war on the 35,000 people that were there that weekend. With the release of Pressure, the band just increased their viability tenfold as a killer band that will destroy you live with the energy that you feel from their record. Standout track on this is Low and Prison. Guttural racket from some committed that competes with the drums in that healthy way, seems easy for singer Britton Bond. The mix of sounds found on this record are familiar and break the barriers that bind us into thinking no one knows how we feel. Clearly Wage War does, and I love the whole record so much. The second even number from the number 1 spot is Killswitch Engage and their monster of an album. The number 6 is Atonement. With the force of 1,000 voices coming together and coming out of singer Jesse Leach, this whole record is a culmination of experience of writing over the years with Adam D and the guys. It is that tacky music matter that binds these guys together. And in my humble opinion, is probably one of the greatest bands out of the US in 2 decades. KSE has an affinity for painfully true music, and a passion for expressing their life lessons through powerfully written music. This record is a summary or a brief that identifies not only the talent as individuals, but shines a light onto how they orchestrate and rise above with their music. Signal Fire is probably one of the most emotional tracks, full of palpable beats, unbridled emotional outbursts from music that I've experienced in a while. Joining the Signal Fire, and a tour this coming winter, is Howard Jones, the other voice of Killswitch Engage. Atonement is stacked with insane percussion, sick and thickly woven guitar riffs, and a bass line that will bring you into the middle of the whole record. It's brilliant, and the band's hard work has paid off with the nomination for a Grammy this year for their performance of Unleashed. Their 3rd ever nomination. We can only cross our fingers that they'll be recognized not only for Unleashed, but their constant in the metal world since 1999. My favorite number 3, is Where the Devil Wears Prada sits with their album, The Act. This record, in short, provides an outlet for fans to get lost in the measures while taking an inventory of what they find along the way. Ultimately, The Act is an experience that can mimic or mime the lyrics. Mike Hranica performs them with a leap of confidence throughout this record. Simultaneously, the band backs him up and delivers one of the most introspective records of 2019. There are deep meanings that are disguised as guitars and bass, and the drums are switchblade sharp throughout the whole offering. The track that kills me every time it spins is Lines of Your Hands. Listen, and watch what happens to your heart during this track. Also, check out Chemical. It's dope AF. The number 2 slot is my savior record for the year. This is usually a record that has seemingly saved some part of me that needed to be saved. Trauma, from I Prevail, is the organization and filing away of situations and memories that were traumatic, dark, and lonely, but on the other side of those things that once kept me chained in cement boots now have been released into the wind by tracks like Gasoline and Bow Down. I Prevail delivers a record that brings it hard track after track and distracts you from the reality you're working at re-entering into. Epic verses, beats that stick with you like a meat and potato dinner after a fast. The music and the hooks, the beats and the screams with the melodies, don't look for ears to attach to, the ears find the music. I love the various mixes and breakdowns scattered throughout the whole album. It is just really well done and is a placeholder, makes Trauma part of a reserved stock in rock. Lovelies, we made it. This is my number 1 pick of 2019. And I chose this band because when I heard the lead single before the record's release entitled Bloodline, I nearly fell out of my chair. The powerful chorus literally folded me in half, and with the twangy guitars that bounced in the deep space in the mix, gave me the goosebumps from head to toe. Lyrically, Bloodline confirmed some of my own theories about those screwed up but necessary interpersonal relationships with those people we share the planet with. The whole record will make an imprint on your soul. It has a resounding truth for fans and future listeners that will confirm fears as well as provide permission to slay them like a effing dragon. Alien is a poignant recording, making North Lane a permanent fixture in my collection and in metalcore for many years to come. There you have it, my pretties, my top 11 metalcore records of 2019. I hope you listen to these records that have brought me so much joy over the past year. If you like this list, check out thegauntlet.com for more reviews, interviews, and concert photos from the Bird's Nest located just a smidge east of downtown Dallas, called Deep Ellum, Texas, the Mecca of metal music of America. Don't forget to follow me on social media, and you can find me by searching the Cherri Bird, that is spelled CHERRIBIRD, on most social platforms, or head over to cherrybird.com for all the goods on even more of your favorite artists. Till next time, MRML, Cherri Bird.
This is a top to what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's 1 louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes, be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. 1 louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.